Well, I think it's straightforward in terms of the qualifications you look for, which is someone who is an expert of the law, someone who has a record of fairness and judgment that you think is consistent with the law. I prefer choosing those folks who are, if you will, strict constructionists, meaning that they look at the law itself and the Constitution, as opposed to sort of looking into the sky and pulling out ideas that they think may be more appropriate than either the law or the Constitution. So I recognize that we may have a court which has more of a conservative bent than it's had over the last few decades. But my liberal friends have, over many decades, gotten very used to the idea of having a liberal court. And that's not written in the stars. And I know that a lot of people are saying, gosh, we don't want that change. I understand the energy associated with that perspective. But it's also appropriate for a nation which is, if you will, center-right, to have a court which reflects center-right points of view, which, again, are not changing the law from what it states, but instead following the law and following the Constitution.
Let's talk about Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat and how everyone thought, including me, I ain't gonna lie, I actually believed Mitt Romney for a hot second when he said that he was that he was going to not vote to put fill a nomination before the election. He's changed his mind already. The person I believe less than Mitt Romney, because actually it was like, okay, well, maybe Mitt Romney is going to try to have some integrity here. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought that. But Susan Collins, I didn't believe Susan Collins for a hot second. You know, you're only going to fool me so many times. You know, Lucy and Charlie Brown say, oh, I'm going to do the right thing. And then lo and behold, she does exactly what we knew she was going to do the entire time, which was to pull the football away. This idea that America, I want to talk about specifically how he said America is a center-right nation. America's not a center-right nation. The voting electorate is barely a center-right voting electorate. The reason I know that is because in the last 7 elections, only one time has a Republican won the majority vote in this country. Now, yes, it is an electoral college election, and that's how they won. That's how they won all the other times. But if you want to talk about the population of the United States of America, it is not a center-right nation, as evidenced by the fact that every time we have an election, the last 7 elections, 6 of those elections voted, the majority voted for a Democrat. So this idea that they try to forward, they try to state it as a statement of fact, as to convince people and say, oh, well, maybe America really is a conservative nation. No, America's not a conservative nation. The people with the most money are conservative. Therefore, they can spend as much money as they need to create that consensus. But America's not a center-right nation. America's far more radical than anyone would ever want to admit that's in Washington, D.C. right now. The majority of Americans want Medicare for all. They want a single payer style system. I mean, this is literally the data. The majority of Americans want Medicare for all, which they call socialist medicine. Well, okay, if you want to call it socialized medicine, the majority of Americans want socialized medicine. The majority of Americans are not center-right. They are far more progressive than the billionaires who fund all of these millionaire politicians, who fund all of these millionaire media moguls and television stations. They pay millions of dollars every single day, billions of dollars every single year to make you think that the majority of America is conservative, which, if you pay attention to social media, you will think that it is overwhelmingly conservative. That's because you literally have troll farms that are paying people to spread conservative ideology and propaganda online all day, every day. They use their money to create the illusion that America is conservative, but America is not conservative. Oh, I like this one. Because Medicare for all system is centrist, not left. Thank you. They don't realize Bernie Sanders is not even leftist. He's really internationally a centrist. Can I tell you why? I said it on the stream yesterday, so if you heard it already, I apologize. You got to hear it again. The United Kingdom has had a single payer style system where nobody pays out of their pocket. Everyone pays through taxes. But when you get sick, you never have to come up with enough money to go to the emergency room or to get a surgery. It's covered. They have had it that way for 71 years, since 1949. 71 years, 1949, when the United Kingdom got a single payer system. You know what song was #1 on the charts? Brand new hit, Rudolph the Damn Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's how long the United Kingdom, our friends across the pond, have had a socialized healthcare system. Socialized healthcare system. Since Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was a pop song topping the charts. We have gone so far to the right in this country that what is authoritarian, damn near fascism to the rest of the world is our standard Republican Party. What is centrist to the rest of the world, and I'll give you another piece of evidence as to how you can see this. What is centrist and moderate to the rest of the world in the United States, they call it the Socialist Democratic Party. They call Joe Biden a socialist. They call Barack Obama a socialist every day. Barack Obama is so centrist, he's almost right-wing when you compare him on the international stage. So much so, I'm not just talking, I know my shit. See, that's why I couldn't be a pastor. One of Barack Obama's senior, if not his campaign manager, it was one of his top advisors. I can see the man's face, but I can't think of his name right now. Somebody will say it in the comment section. When he left and became a consultant for the Conservative Party in the UK, not the Labour Party, not the left-leaning Socialist Party, Obama's top advisor / campaign manager, Jim Messina, maybe. He had a couple. I don't want to say the wrong name, but I can Google it in a second. He didn't go to the UK to advise the left-leaning party. He went to the UK to advise the right-leaning party. So that's how you know on the scale, on the international scale, when the rest of the world looks at us, they see the American Democrats as analogous to the Conservative Party in the UK. So what does that make the Republican Party? Fascist, authoritarian, so far right-wing that they're off the scale. David Plouffe, thank you. David Plouffe. I knew it was either Jim Messina or David Plouffe. I'm going to go with David Plouffe or Jim Messina. It was one of them. I have my computer here, but I'm streaming. So I guess I could look it up on my phone, but you get it. You could look it up. You could fact check me. It was one of his top advisors / campaign manager. He left the United States and became a consultant for the Conservative Party in the UK. So I want you to keep that in mind when people try to tell you that anything the Democratic Party is left-leaning socialist. No, baby. I'm a socialist, and I am far from even an international leftist. The spectrum is so skewed that everything in this country. Bill Clinton, folks. Bill Clinton is a conservative. Is this microphone on? Bill Clinton is a conservative on the international scale, but they will call him a socialist here in America. That's how ridiculous our politics are. My man Skits, my friend from high school. I love the fact that I got folks who ride with me from high school, man. That lets me know that I've grown, but I haven't changed. Like, because otherwise they would call me out. He said Obama was a rational right-winger. I lost the comment. Hang on, let me put it back on the screen. Obama was a rational right-winger to the rest of the modern world. Exactly. But they called him a socialist. No, bruh. Bernie Sanders is barely a socialist to the rest of the world.